Hey, everybody. Great to see you. Greg here, the Executive Director of the Beauty Council. Just wanted to give you a little update. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of May. We have been working diligently and for many long hours with the government, advocating for the entire professional beauty industry. We're at a bit of a crossroads now. We're at the point where we feel that we've pretty much given everything we possibly can to them in terms of recommendations, suggestions, and direction for the way we can get back to work. So as it stands now, just give you a little bit of background of what's in place and what is expected to change. So right now, Dr. Bonnie Henry's order, which is also known as the PHO or the Provincial Health Officer, she has ordered all personal care establishments to remain closed until the end of May. And what that means is that if you're a salon, spa, barber, esthetician, waxing technologist, lash applicator, nails, you are ordered to close, and everybody has been closed for the most part. There is going to be new framework that comes out from the province, according to what John Horgan said, our premier, last week, that will allow personal care establishments to reopen after the long weekend. So we're talking around May 18th, May 19th for the first days when salon, spas, etc., can open. However, before the order, Dr. Bonnie's order, can be changed or edited, what has to happen is that the province, so the PHO, the Provincial Health Officer, and WorkSafe BC have to agree on how it looks. So what that means is they need to have some sort of clarity on what it's going to look like for salons to open safely. And that's where we come in. So what we have been doing is, I'll just back up a little bit here. We gathered information from the industry. We did a significant survey of almost 2,000 people in British Columbia. We've done a lot of research around the country to see what other associations are doing. We've taken their recommendation document and put it into sort of a framework that we feel comfortable with. We have met with other associations from New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec, and representatives from Saskatchewan and Alberta to put together what we consider to be a comprehensive program that really represents the entire industry. So our position on this, right from the get-go, is that we want everyone to get back to work. What we've seen in other jurisdictions and other provinces is that only hair has gone back to work, and the people who do everything else in a salon have been left behind. That has not sat well with us. We believe that if we are going to open, that no matter what you do in a professional beauty establishment, you should be allowed to do if you want. Now, I just want to address some of the concerns that people have about going back to work and the safety of going back to work. We understand and completely agree that there are many, many people in the industry who are concerned and nervous about getting back into the workplace, exposure to the virus, potentially causing harm, and we appreciate that. So just a reminder that any change in the British Columbia order to close is not a requirement to go back to work. In other words, no one's forcing anyone to go back to work. They're only saying that it is okay for those people who want to open. And maybe some people want to open the full shop. Other people want to just put one or two people in. It doesn't matter. So we appreciate that there's always the concern, and we acknowledge that, and so does the government. The truth is, though, that there are many people out there who actually need to get back to work. They've indicated to us that they're out of money, or they've got expenses that they can't cover with the federal assistance. They want to get out of the house. They want to start, getting back to work and doing what they love. So, we acknowledge and understand that that concern is out there. We have worked that into our framework, to our recommendation to government. So what have we been doing? So we have pulled together all of this stuff that I mentioned earlier in terms of finding out what other jurisdictions do, looking at what is successful in places like retail and supermarkets, and combining that with best practices around the control of this virus. So salon hygiene and sanitation protocols. We've put that all together into a recommendation, sort of get back to work plan to the government. And we have been in negotiations with them for the last week and a half or two. We've had almost 5 meetings with the provincial people who are going to then take this to Dr. Bonnie Henry's office. And we've also had 3 or 4 meetings with WorkSafe BC to try and fine tune a way that we can put together their list of what they consider to be just really recommendations or best practices around how we can get back to work safely in our work environment. I have to say that the province has been extremely receptive. They have been super constructive. They are listening. They are concerned. They want us to go back to work safely. They want us to all be financially secure. And nobody in the government is out to cause any tough times for people in this industry. So hats off to the province. I think they're doing a great job of listening, especially compared to some of the other jurisdictions where it seems that they've just flung the doors open with no real guidance. Some of the areas that we see as being a concern is the ability to get masks and other protective equipment. I think masks is going to be sort of top of the list when all of this comes out eventually. We are pulling together some resources to provide some leads where people can find masks. We will be publishing and sharing those as we come across them. It is tough because we are finding a lot of people say they have masks, but they don't, or the masks aren't necessarily the kind of quality or the sort of standards that we would like to see or recommend. So we are pulling those together. We're doing our best to really filter out the ones that'll do the best. So how does this look timing wise? Everybody wants to know how the timing is. So today's Tuesday. WorkSafe BC will have their document ready by the end of day today. We've already looked at it. It looks pretty good. They need to fine tune it, obviously. And then we expect that tomorrow or Thursday, so Wednesday or Thursday, the WorkSafe BC document will be ready. And that is providing sort of a general set of recommendations for you to look at in terms of how to make your space safe and harm-free for everybody. And the second piece is the provincial health officer is going to then provide basically recommendations, standards, and protocols for getting back to work. And that'll be way more specific in terms of like what you need to wear and how you need to set yourself up. We expect that at the very latest for Friday. So we've got our final document into them today. They're probably tearing it to pieces right now, so to speak. In other words, they're editing it. They're picking and choosing what they want to keep. We've been very firm in our requests. We have been very fair. We have tried to balance the need for safety with the reality of getting back to work and really what is practical for people in our industry. So we can expect that before Friday. So this week, I'd like to suggest that we just wait. Everybody sit tight. No need to call your WorkSafe BC people today. They don't know much about what's going on. When that document becomes available, we will be sharing it on social and on our website. And certainly as soon as the documentation is ready from the PHO, we will be releasing that as well. No doubt it'll be part of their press release and their briefing, but we'll make it available as well. I just want to assure everybody that we have really taken great steps and gone to great lengths to really comprehend what the industry wants. We have received some excellent cooperative, constructive input from so many people from every corner of this industry. So thank you to all of you. Would also like to thank the board of the Beauty Council. Have been very, very helpful in this whole process and very constructive as well. So hats off to everybody who's made good, solid contributions, and everybody who participated in the survey. It was very helpful, and it really informed the government. I have to say the government was actually fairly impressed with the input that we got from the industry and the way we were able to inform their decisions. They really did turn to us for expertise. They were actually quite surprised at what we have to offer. I guess it's been a while since they've had some of these services and really understood exactly how close operators get to people and what sort of opportunities there are for the virus to travel around. So that's it for today. I'm going to try and get back to you tomorrow in the same format, maybe a little shorter, a little tighter. I welcome any questions you have in a webinar format tomorrow. I'm going to put a link out there. I've got 100 seats available, and you can give me your questions here on Zoom. And as soon as I do hear anything, as soon as we hear anything, I should say, we will be publishing it. So thank you. Stay well. Take a deep breath. We're almost there, and we're on your side and trying to make everyone get back to work safely and quickly as possible, but without compromising anyone's health or viability financially. So thanks. Take care.